So, Bravo, NBC Universal, and Peacock TV have done a very interesting thing. The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, I will tell you firsthand, it satisfied some of my thirst for the Real Housewives of Atlanta while Atlanta is still filming season 14. This was a very smart time frame to place this particular show. And I'm super excited because they released the first 3 episodes early. Today in this video, we're going to review the first episode. I have not yet had a chance to watch the second 2, but I wanted to do the first one particularly because I want for a lot of you guys who may be on the fence about this to get a better idea of exactly what this show is, whether or not you should actually watch it, and what it means for the future of the show. So we're going to get into all of that right after this intro. Welcome back, y'all. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye. We are back in the building, and we got some things to discuss today. Most notably, we are talking about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip that is now streaming on Peacock TV. So we're going to have a little bit of discussion about Peacock TV, and then we're going to get into the show, what it means, and whether or not people should actually be watching this or not. First things first, if you are joining us in the chatterization, please let us know where you're watching from, because we like to know exactly where our people are coming from and where you're streaming this from, where you're chatting from, all that good stuff like that. We'll highlight a couple of those things on the screen. Also, there was another announcement, but it just definitely slipped my mind, and I'll figure I'll remember it at some point in the future. Also, too, guys, I have to do a little self-promo. We are still running our promotion the last day for 10% off with Emirin. Definitely go get your sea moss, get your organic greens. I'll put the discount code here on the screen for you guys as well. And now, with that being said, I want to definitely get into the biz naive with regards to this particular show. Now, the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip is streaming on Peacock. Now, what I will say is I don't know. Well, oh, good. Yes, but we're trying to ship those orders out. I will be out on Thursday because I have to fly down to Atlanta. I'm going to go visit my fulfillment center. I want to get some video while I'm there just to show people, the process, the behind the scenes of it. I will be chronicling all of that on my other channel. But I'm super excited that you guys are receiving your products already. Please leave us a review. Let us know what you think of the products on the website. I would love to know. And if you have suggestions for products that you want to see, we will definitely take those into consideration because I'm already working on the next generation of products now. With that being said, I did watch the first episode of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip on Peacock TV. And I will tell you that before I actually watched it, I went ahead and got the premium subscription to Peacock TV, because for me, this is my job. So for me, I'm able to kind of write this off as for taxes for me. So I felt like it was beneficial for me to go ahead and get the premium version so I don't have to watch the ads. And I just wanted to be able to watch all the content. So I do now see, though, that you may have to get one of the premium versions, likely the $4.99 version, if you are going to want to watch these. It's super fast, Natalie. I'm telling you, we're super fast. It's in a capsule form, so you don't even have to taste it. You don't have to do any of that. You could take it with you on trips, all of that good stuff. That's what I love about it. I would love to stop by the Lenithia Lounge, baby. Get me a good old cocktail. I want to talk about, again, Peacock TV. I think you may actually have to purchase one of the premium options for $4.99 to actually watch this show all the way through all of the episodes. So that's going to happen. What I do know is this was a surprise that they released the information or the streams early because they were not supposed to come out until Thursday. That's when I was banking on being able to watch them when I was coming back from my trip. I was thinking, great, I can do all 3 episode recaps on Friday. But now I'm like, okay, y'all giving us the episodes early? Cool. Thank you, Peacock TV. Yesterday they tweeted out, surprise, we decided we couldn't wait to show you the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. So the first 3 episodes are streaming now. Okay. So here's the thing. Again, it is $4.99 for that premium service. So they do give you, I guess, that first episode, maybe, or the first episode or 2, I think. And it might just be the first episode to kind of whet your appetites. Thank you, Janaki Productions, for the super chat. I really appreciate you. The C says it's free with the smart TV, so you can watch it in a couple of different iterations, just to give you guys that bit of information. What I also will say is follow the Real Housewives All-Stars on Instagram, because they will give you a lot of great tea on the episodes. So already we have here the first 7 episodes. We have the descriptions and the date that they will be released so that you guys can see sort of what the schedule will be, at least for the next month or so. And the great thing, like I said about this, guys, is that if you are a Real House, I mean, I know we talk, and I'm going to specifically speak about Real Housewives of Atlanta, but if you are a Real Housewives of Atlanta fan and you are fiending some Kenya Moore, you definitely should be watching this show because it is very Kenya Moore centric. It is very Kenya Moore focused. Kenya Moore knows how to show up on camera and she knows how to deliver. Okay. Oh, good. Y'all getting your orders. I love it. Also, if you have Xfinity, it is free, guys. If you have Xfinity, it is free. Thank you, Renee Glover. So there are different ways, and Comcast as well. There are different ways with whatever cable company that you're with that you can actually watch this for free. But if you want to stream it, like some of us who may not have cable, then there are options for that as well. Brand new, TJ says, this is Ramona's show. She's bringing it. Kenya was trying hard. Ramona was very entertaining. And that's the other thing too. You know, and I got to tell you, Brendan, you are correct. If you are a Ramona fan, you will definitely like this show. The whole first episode was literally a lot of Kenya, a lot of Ramona, a lot of Cynthia, actually. So with Portia's spinoff coming up, and with this particular show out right now, we're kind of getting some Atlanta vibes. So if you feel like you're missing something over these next couple of weeks, like you might be missing some Atlanta content because we're used to getting it around this time of the year, don't worry. Watch one of these shows, and I promise you, you will get your fix, okay? You will get your fix. I want to tell you guys that right off the rip, because for me, you know, I went into it, honestly, I had been thinking to myself, I really was excited to see this show. And I'm going to tell you guys, I have to be honest with you. I actually really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It gave me what I felt like I really love about Housewives. And I can tell you, I got that in just the first episode. Now, in terms of rating the first episode, I'm actually going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. If you happen to see it, rate the episode for me in the chatterization, guys, because I feel like people need to know. And I almost feel like some people maybe need to be convinced of watching this show. But guys, listen. It's good. It is good. Shamar, who I was actually communicating with, or he actually saw it before me, says never watched New York, but if this is the energy Ramona was given Ebony K. Williams and now Kenya Moore, I can see why folks don't care for her. Let me tell y'all something. Let me hop back up in front of y'all. If you ain't watched New York, this is the same energy Ramona's been given since season 1. Okay, Ramona's been given this energy from day 1. It is just now that we are seeing her intermingle with black women on these particular franchises. But it ain't no different than what she been doing in the past. I promise you that. Okay. Ramona is a Ramona coaster. And she definitely, hey, House of Aaron, 10s across the board. Amen, Aaron. You know what's up. You know. Shout out to my boy House of Aaron. If y'all not following him, get on over to his YouTube page and give my boy a follow and a subscribe and go binge watch all his content. That's my boy right there. JMW7, I feel like it's missing a person. Real Housewives of Potomac, Karen. Yes, I think that they are definitely missing some Potomac vibes, but I'm not so mad because Potomac is still on right now. So I'm okay. I'm okay on it. But you are correct, JMW. It could have used a sprinkling of Karen. Okay. It definitely could have used that. Ramona's wilding out as usual. Yep. Yes. Aaron is hilarious. I love Aaron from House of Aaron. Please, y'all, subscribe to his channel. And y'all know I like to support my people. So that's what we do over here. Okay, Deb says first episode's free. Name of the show again is Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Okay, so let's get into the episodes. I give it in a 9.5. I want to go ahead and kind of give you guys the rundown of what we saw in this first episode. So for me, what I love always on a Real Housewives franchise is I love the trips. I am in love with all of the cast trips. I love the whole packing process, how everybody's getting their things together. I feel like it's just fun and fabulous to see. And the fabulosity is definitely in effect for this trip. Now, the shade is also in effect for this trip early, okay? All the girls are packing and they're getting ready. They're calling each other. Ramona calls Luann, or she called either Luann or Kyle. And she was talking about how she felt like Teresa was like this scarecrow and that she didn't have a brain, okay? Teresa also shades a couple of the girls and she's like, well, not everybody that's going on this trip is an OG. I mean, Melissa's not OG. I'm just an OG. I'm just saying. So I'm gonna already tell you there's gonna be some battle of the OGs in this jamboree as we get into this trip. Okay, already it's gonna be, and you know Teresa don't bend more like Melissa. They may front and fake and try to get along for the cameras and for the sake of the fact that they are family. But let me tell you something. Teresa Giudice, in my opinion, will never like Melissa because Melissa then clawed her way onto Teresa's platform. And Teresa want to be the only family member that shines in that family, baby. I'm telling you, trust and believe. Trust and believe it, okay? And poor Melissa. Melissa just trying to have a good time and look cute. That's all Melissa trying to do. All she's trying to do is look cute and have a good old time and get down with the party and spread a little tea, okay? Because that's what her job is on this show. Anyway, the ladies, for some reason, have contact with the villa concierge before they even go on the trip. And so each of the ladies are calling him trying to get the best room. Now, we learned that Melissa is friendly with all of the ladies, okay? But many of the girls are concerned about Kenya. And I note that we are seeing baby Brooklyn on camera and she is not blurred out this season. So clearly that judge had said, Kenya, yes, you can show your baby. Okay. Yes, you can. And there she is. So anyway, it seems like all the girls are flying into Atlanta and departing from the ATL airport. Now, Melissa on the way to the airport lets Teresa know that Ramona told Kyle that Teresa doesn't have a brain like the scarecrow, okay? And here we go. Absolutely. Melissa is already up in the mess, and I am here for it, okay? She is already spreading the tea just like she was set up to do, all right? Everybody arrives at the private jet. There's champagne flowing, and I'm saying to myself, This is what I need to see on Housewives all across the board. I need private jets. I need champagne flowing and bottles popping. That is why I am watching these shows. Okay. And then we get a little theme song. Now, I told y'all I liked me some Caribbean music. I like me some Afro beats. And so I know a strong Caribbean vibe when I hear it. And I felt like the theme, they did like a little Caribbean, and I don't know the name of the song, so forgive me, but I do know that they could have chose something with a little more bass and a little more thump to it. Cause I was ready to, because when you hear some Caribbean music, you supposed to be like, ready to dirty wine. And I didn't feel no need in my bones and in my spirit to do a dirty wine. I was just watching it like, was this the best y'all could do? But anyway, I digress. The ladies start talking about not really when they sort of realized that they were celebrities. Cynthia is, trying to stay out of the spotlight. Kyle reveals that she's shy. But Ramona's like, it took me a long time before I realized that I was a celebrity. And then she says this. She says, well, Real Housewives of New York is really what put Bravo on the map. But Cynthia's like, oh girl, y'all show ain't never been number one. But Kyle has the ultimate shade in her confessional. She says, I don't know what they all talking about, but Beverly Hills is the show with the highest ratings. And actually, she is correct. Okay. Now, the highest all-time ratings was probably either gonna be Atlanta, most likely Atlanta for the most part in their peak. Jersey might have come close to it in their peak, but Beverly Hills is where the ratings is at now. And that's just the truth of the matter. Anyway, Cynthia then, see, I like Cynthia in general, but sometimes I just feel like this was, and maybe it's just me, but I felt like this was just such a, I am all the way in the crevices of Kenya Moore's behind, because what she does is she brings out a big billboard like so, right? Okay, like so, of baby Brooklyn. And really, it is to celebrate or to let the girls know that Kenya, this is the first time Kenya is going to be away from her daughter for a week. Okay. Now, I was like, okay, that was real nice. Kenya, she's in tears. And so Cynthia wants to do this cut the umbilical cord ribbon ceremony or whatever. Then the next thing you know, Cynthia's like, well, I think that Kenya should get the best room because she is going through a divorce right now. Okay. So Kyle is looking like, now I'm gonna tell you, Kyle looking like with a side eye because Mauricio had told her before she left the house, you better go ahead and claim that master bedroom. And why should she do that, you might ask? Well, it is because it was actually Mauricio who actually arranged for this rental to happen in the first place. Okay. So but Ramona is even kind of on board with giving Kenya the best room because Ramona knows, she's like, I'm gonna get the next best room, but they don't know it yet. Okay. So anyway, they get into a discussion about Ramona taking the girls to a bar. And apparently she says the last time she was there, which was on the Real Housewives of New York, she got real flirty with the guy who owns the bar. Now, hold on for a second. I can't see y'all comments. What's going on with the comments? Can y'all see and hear me clearly? Let me know in the chatterization if y'all can see and hear me clearly, because I don't want to be going off on this topic and y'all can't see and hear me. So let me know in the chatterization. Let me pull it up on my phone to see what's going on, because I want to make sure, because I cannot see any of y'all commentary. Okay, so here it is. What I can't see is I cannot see the comments scrolling. So if y'all if somebody, okay. Okay. So y'all can hear and see me clearly. What it is just that on the StreamYard, I cannot see the comments. So again, if you leave a super chat and I don't acknowledge it, you understand why. It's because I don't see no comments. All right. So anyway, Ramona had met the owner of this bar when she was there in seasons of New York past, okay? And it is revealed that she was flirting with the man. It's so hard that none of the other ladies could get a word in edgewise with the owner. So she reveals that this was the time in her life where she was apparently getting a divorce. So Kenya's like, well, no, wait, you was flirting with the man, but you was still married? And then Ramona's like, I was getting a divorce, B. Okay. And so, Kenya is not here for that. You are not going to call her a B. And so they get into it hardcore. Kenya is going off about she is not going to tolerate Ramona calling her a B. And Ramona feels like Kenya is just being rude to her. So then the ladies finally get Ramona to apologize for calling Kenya out her name. On the ride to the hotel, we learned that apparently, because Kyle is in the limousine with Cynthia and Kenya. Now, while that's going on, Kyle lets them know that there was speculation online that Ramona would confuse Portia and Kenya. Now, Portia, who is not on the trip, mind you, is like, why would you confuse the two of them, if anything? But true to form, we learned that on the plane, Ramona did, in fact, call Kenya Portia. Apparently, she says she knows Portia, but she don't really watch Atlanta like that. So she just confused the two of them. It must be that she's just not around a whole lot of black people in general. That's just my thought on the matter. I mean, in my mind, Ramona hangs out in her upper east side or west side or whatever bubble they in New York. And then she travels down to the West Palm Beach, Florida, okay? And that's pretty much where she resides when she's not traveling around the rest of the country. But I feel like she's just in her little lily white bubble, and that's pretty much it. And that's why she was confusing all the black people. So anyway, they arrive at Triton, the Villa. That's called Triton Villa. And they start looking at, they get to the concierge. They're looking at him like he is a piece of meat or something like that. And in my mind, I'm like, how can y'all even see him? He got on the face mask. But anyway, Ramona she cannot be bothered with this little boy. She is already in the house trying to find her room. Okay. And then she does claim it. Now, the ladies decide that Ramona is going to take the bunk room, but Ramona is already wrapped up in the bed with her feet under the covers of the room that she wants because she feels like she should take that room. Kyle is over it and says they don't fight like this in Beverly Hills about rooms. And then Ramona keeps calling Kenya Portia, but she refuses to leave her room. Now, Kyle and Melissa decide to do the bunk suite down in the basement in the lower level. And then Kenya and Cynthia try to talk to Ramona, but she's naked in the shower. And we see her naked. We see her naked body, okay, in the shower twirling around. Anyway, after the room situation gets settled, Cynthia and Teresa have drinks, and then they recap the Ramona coaster. But Teresa wonders if Ramona has the dementia, okay? Now, if I recall correctly, Kenya also wondered if Ramona has dementia. And let me just go inside. I just want to look up something because I want you guys to, I want to know how old is Ramona Singer exactly? Okay. Age. How old is Ramona? Is 64 years old. So Ramona, even at the age of 64, she run around here acting like she is in her late 20s, to be honest with you. I'm not even gonna lie. And a part of me is not mad at it because I'm thinking to myself, Ramona is living her life. She is living her best privileged life to the best of her abilities, and she is gonna claim every inch of everything she feels like she's entitled to. And it just amazes me. And I just wonder what it's like to live in that world of, privilege and just thinking that everything belongs to you. You know, it's just very interesting to me. Anyway, Ramona is complaining to the staff about Kenya in her lace cover up, and she got on a little thong underneath, but everybody else can see her booty. Luann and Ramona decide to head to the beach to swim because you know these New York girls like to get out their clothes as soon as they hit the beach. Okay. Melissa and Kyle realize that each of the ladies is exactly how they are on their shows, and then they call Joe Gorga. Now, the ladies then get ready to head over to the Conch Shack, okay? Now, this is the place where Ramona knows the owner. And she calls him while she's in her slip and her negligee, okay, to show him that she just got her hair did. Now, mind you, when she calls him on the FaceTime, he too is naked, okay? So she half naked, he all the way naked, okay? And she trying to get her flirt on. Ramona don't care. Ramona not here for the girls. Ramona here for the men, okay? Let's be clear about that. Ramona is here for the men and to live her best privileged life. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Anyway, so it's in the room with Melissa and Kyle that they realize that somebody is tweeting their every move while they are on the trip. But who could it be? So apparently the person that's tweeting out this information, that's posting it all, is somebody who either works for like TMZ or something like that, and who follows Kenya Moore, and who Kenya Moore follows back, and they even have pictures together. So, you know, Kyle and Melissa are like, well, if it's walking like a duck and it's talking like a duck, it might be the duck. Kenya, are you the duck in this situation that's leaking all the information? Because they had all the information about the argumentation with Ramona on the plane. They had all the information about Ramona running around the villa trying to get the best room. They had up to the minute updates. It was like a CNN little ticker of the time had, just running down all the events. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, well, it might be Kenya too. But, but Kenya, we'll get to that later. But Cynthia does admit, she's like, I mean, Kenya does know this person, so it is a little awkward. So they try to figure out, how they're going to address that situation because, but at this point, they don't really want to go against Kenya, but they're going to still ask her nonetheless. They head out to the Conch Shack, okay? And Kenya makes the mistake of getting in the same car as Ramona, but so does Teresa. And then Kenya don't want to sit beside her, so she sits in the back. Now, Ramona's trying to talk to the two of them, but the two of them are straight stone cold ignoring this woman, okay? So anyway, they get to the Conch Shack, and Ramona is literally salivating over the owner. She is salivating. I mean, you can see the drool coming down her lip and dripping into her décolleté, okay? Kyle and Melissa and Kenya are laughing at Ramona because, Ramona is thrusting her chesticles up at the man while she's talking to him, while the drool is dripping into the center of the décolleté. You know what I'm saying? So she is popping that chest and putting it up at him so he can see them, the tatas or whatever like that. And so they just laughing at her or whatever. Anyway, they address the elephant in the room. Who is doing the leakerization, y'all? Who is doing the leakerization? Kyle and Melissa go ahead and bring it up, and they straight up ask Kenya, hey, do you know this person? Okay, because you picture with him. Kenya's like, no, it wasn't me. But everybody says that Ramona is always trying to get the best room. Now, I will tell you, based on previous seasons of The Real Housewives of New York, if you have watched this show at all, Ramona is going to act a fool trying to get the best room in the villa. Okay, it's just no question. That's what she's going to do. That's what's going to happen. That is Ramona. That is the nature of the show. That's what she does. So to me, it's like, okay, that is not too far from the realm of possibility that somebody could have easily guessed that Ramona would do that. However, the updates are still apparently coming. Anyway, Kenya says she heard that Ramona always goes for the best room. And then Ramona reveals that she always just gets the best room, even when she's with her friends, because she is Ramona. So then she tries to come up with some like little apology, and they do this whole Ramona the Apologizer skit that production pulls together, showing all the flashbacks of all the times that Ramona has had to apologize for all the foul and problematic things that she has said over the years. Anyway, Kenya then goes in on Ramona and how she is behaving, and then calls her an a-hole for basically taking the best room, not her room, because Kenya got the best one, but basically disrespecting the rest of the ladies by taking the best room, the next best room, before they could even have a chance to look at the rooms. So Cynthia, being ever the peacemaker that she is, decides that she is going to have a conversation with Ramona. She pulls Ramona off to the side and explains to her, lady, you are acting up. You are acting up and don't nobody like you right now. So you need to get back over there and you need to form some type of apology with your two lips and stop salivating over this man and apologize to these girls and act like you want to get to know these girls. Ramona then has to do a role play apology with Cynthia Bailey in order for her to get what she has to say. Now, for those of you guys who have seen the Real Housewives of New York City, you know this ain't nothing new. So Luann is not impressed at all. She's like, girl, listen, I'm okay with this apology until she does the next thing. And as soon as Ramona gets back over there and apologizes, Teresa's like, well, what about calling me a scarecrow? Oh, Lord. Ramona. So then Kenya goes in again, okay, about how it is that Ramona could go, because Ramona says to Teresa, she's like, well, I didn't know you at first. But Kenya goes in about how can you do that? How can you call somebody a scarecrow without a brain because you don't know them? How are you talking about somebody you don't even know? But the producers are like, well, Kenya, don't you find it hypocritical that you're talking to Ramona about that when in the past you have done this to Tanya, you did this to so-and-so and so-and-so. And so they literally went back on the flashback, like they went down the rabbit hole of flashbacks with Kenya, showing all the times that she has disrespected somebody that she barely even know. So her response to that is, well, listen, okay, I was justified in what I said about them after I got to know them, okay? I tell you, that Kenya Moore. Ramona says she goes up to Teresa. She apologizes. I did say I look. This is Ramona apologizing to Teresa for telling her she felt like she didn't have a brain. I really love smart women, and based on what I had seen on the show, and then what I see, on in the streets. She didn't say streets. I did. What I've seen of you, it just didn't seem like you were that smart. In my mind, I'm like, this is not going down the right path. But then she kind of cleans it up and she says, but then after I got to know you on the plane, I realized you are a New York Times best-selling author. You have a lot of brains. You've been through so much, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, Teresa just decides to let it go at this point because it's like, whatever. They get up, they start dancing. And what I can tell you that I see is that I feel like Kenya and Melissa are going to end up being like little bestie type situation in this whole thing. And I can see Cynthia being left out in the cold in that situation. So I can see that that's going to cause some issues down the line. Okay. Anyway, we get a little Housewives After Dark. Now, what this means is similar to how they used to do on The Real World, you will see the ladies going into their own confessional room to film like in front of a little camera or something, lighting that they have set up. And they can just sort of talk about their experiences of the day. So Cynthia is the first to go in and she does hers. And then we see, Ramona and Kyle having a conversation. Kyle reveals that she has some body image issues, and Ramona does a very good job of trying to console Kyle and, really get her to realize that she's a beautiful woman and she has a great shape and all that kind of stuff like that. But 5 days later, okay, we get a flash forward. 5 days later, the ladies are all at dinner. John, who owns the Conch Shack, is at dinner. Maurizio looked like he has been flown in. I know he's going to be sad when he walk into that room with his wife and he sees it's a suite with Melissa. But then maybe he won't be. But anyway, they all sitting at dinner, right? And it's 5 days later. And Ramona's going on about how they've had such a good time. And then Kenya's like, well, let's talk about the yacht, though. Apparently, Kenya lets it be known that in some way, shape, or form, apparently, Ramona allegedly tried to blackmail Luann for something. And I'm like, now say what now? Now, I know that there have been issues and things that have been said by Ramona in the past about the way Luann raised her kids and her divorce. Now, if you watch the Real Housewives of New York from those past seasons, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? But I was like, now, how do we get to the blackmail? Like, what? I'm gonna need, we're gonna really need to see how this whole situation plays out. Cause I was like, now they got me with the blackmail. First of all, I was like looking forward when they did the flash forward 5 days. I was like, oh, they got something for us. They got something for us. But I definitely was not expecting to have a blackmail conversation in this whole situation. Now, Ramona said it, Kenya lying, okay? Just to give you guys that disclaimer, but I don't know. I don't know. So now I'm trying to look at y'all comments, okay? On my phone from YouTube, because I cannot see your comments in my StreamYard, and I don't know why, and it's annoying me. So I'm just gonna scroll through some of the somebody said, what is a Kyle? Yes, Brandy Bella, blackmail. So here we are at the end of episode 1, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, just based on what I've seen, we're gonna have to watch and review episodes 2 and 3. I will likely try to do that either probably tomorrow, because I still need to watch episodes 2 and 3, and I have a TV show thing to do at 1:30. So I'm gonna get back to it after that. But definitely watch, because this is a good show, and I think it's gonna actually be really, really, really good. So we're gonna have to see where this goes. But according to Andy, just a little bit of extra tea. Thank you so much, House of the Princess, who says StreamYard is down. I can't even open it. At least they didn't shut my stream down, because you guys can still apparently see and hear me. So that's good. LRGA Curves, I want to go to Turks and Caicos as well. Stacey Robertson, you can find it on Peacock. If you have Xfinity or Comcast, you can find it on there. It's on Peacock TV. It's an app that you can download and stream from there. A lot of you guys in the chat are saying Kenya doesn't lie. What else do I see on here? Yes, it's out already. First 3 episodes, in case you guys missed that. Trying to look and see if I see any more comments. Thank you guys for sticking around. When I'm doing a live, it is really important for me to be able to see your comments, because even if it feels almost like it feels more like a community type situation. So it's really bothering me right now that I can't see them on the screen. Okay. But we got through it. Omar, I don't know whose private jet they were on, but I wish that Bravo, Peacock, or NBC Universal will provide all the Housewives franchises with private jets when they are traveling. Because, why not? You got the money. Come on, spend it. Spend a little bread, okay? Spend a little bread. Yeah, Amber, it's like we're having a dialogue, and I like that dialogue type energy. That's what gives me the extra energy and extra life in this whole situation. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Even though we had some technical difficulties with StreamYard, at least you guys can see and hear me. At least you guys also stayed in the chat. You also commented with each other, which is what I love as well. I'm going to watch the next 2 episodes. There's some news that I do have as well. I have some other videos coming up on my other channel, because I took a little break from that to get my business and stuff set up. But I'll be back to filming for that channel as well. So it'll be lots more practical life advice, more travel, more trips and stuff like that. I'm just trying to do a lot of things to just put some good energy out there in the world. So thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. How about StreamYard is working now? Man, would you look at that? I can see y'all comments now. I just thought I would tell y'all that. Okay, now back to the outro.